Hey besties, it's Monet, your coverage bestie, and today we are totally cracking the code on silver health insurance plans. So, quick heads up, for this explainer, we're looking at plans for a 26-year-old making about $35,000 a year in Santa Cruz County, California. Your numbers might look a little different for sure, but the ideas, they're exactly the same. Okay, let's get into it.
So the second you start looking at silver plans, you're going to see a pop-up just like this one talking about extra savings. Okay, this right here, this is the secret sauce. It's the whole reason to even consider a silver plan. Based on your income, you can get something called cost-sharing reductions. I know, it's a super fancy term, but all it really means is you get a lower deductible and smaller copays. It's a massive perk that you can only get with a silver plan.
All right, to see how this all works in the real world, let's paint a picture. Imagine you're playing basketball. You go up for a shot, you land totally wrong, and you wreck your knee. Ugh, literally the worst. So we're going to look at how your silver plan handles this in two very, very different situations.
Okay, let's start with the best case scenario, right? The doctor checks out your knee and tells you it's just a bad sprain. Whew, no surgery. So, what does this little adventure in healthcare actually end up costing you?
So check this out. For these first few visits, you don't even have to think about that big, scary deductible. Instead, you've got copays. You can think of them like a flat fee for a specific service. Going to your main doctor? That'll be $50. The orthopedic specialist? $90. Even the x-ray has a set price of $95. So yeah, after 6 physical therapy sessions, you've spent a bit of money, but that huge deductible is still completely untouched.
Now, here's where it can get a little confusing, but you gotta get this. Even after paying for all those appointments, your main deductible of $5,200 is still at zero. But, and this is important, that money you spent isn't just gone. Every single copay you make counts toward your out-of-pocket maximum. That's kind of like your financial safety net. It's the absolute hard limit on what you'll spend for the whole year. So you're making progress, just not on the deductible. Not yet, anyway.
Okay, let's hit rewind. Same exact knee injury, but this time, the doc has bad news. It's a serious tear, and you're gonna need surgery. And this is where the money side of things gets real fast. All right, brace yourself, because this is where that big deductible finally makes its grand entrance. You still pay your normal copays for those first doctor visits and the x-ray. But for the actual surgery, your insurance company basically looks at you and says, you go first. You have to pay the first $5,200 of that surgery bill all by yourself. Once you hit that number, congrats, you've met your deductible for the year. But, and this is a big but, you are not quite done paying yet.
So after you've paid that massive deductible, you enter this new zone called coinsurance. Now, this is honestly one of the most confusing parts of health insurance, so we're going to make it super simple with an analogy that I think you'll totally get.
Okay, the official definition is a lot, right? A percentage of costs you pay for covered healthcare services. Yikes. You know what? Let's just forget that. Just think of it like you're doing a group project with your insurance company. This slide just nails it. Think about all your medical bills after you've paid the deductible as one big group project. Now, for the rest of any bill that comes in, you're responsible for 30% of the work, and your insurance company jumps in and covers the other 70%. You're basically partners on the bill until it's all paid off. See? Simple as that. Okay, so we've got the money part figured out. We know how we pay for stuff. But now we need to talk about how you actually get your medical care. This is where you have to choose your plan. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like choosing your character in a video game. Each one has a totally different playstyle with its own unique strengths and weaknesses.
When you first look at the options, they can all seem kind of the same, right? They've got the same deductible, the same basic benefits, but the monthly price, the premium, is all over the place. We're talking from like $14 to almost $400 a month. So what's the deal? What are you actually paying more for? Well, the difference isn't about what's covered, it's all about how much freedom you have to get to that coverage. So what is behind those wild price swings? It really just boils down to two different approaches, what I call the gatekeeper model and the freedom model. The cheaper plans, the HMOs from Kaiser and Blue Shield, they use that gatekeeper system. The pricier ones, the PPO and the EPO, they give you way more freedom. The trade-off is pretty simple. You can have more coordination and a lower monthly bill, or you can have more freedom for a higher price.
So, what in the world is a gatekeeper? Well, in an HMO, your primary care physician, your PCP, is basically the quarterback of your healthcare team. They manage everything. So, if you need to see that knee specialist, you can't just call them up. Nope. You have to go see your PCP first, get a referral from them, and then wait for the insurance to approve it, which can take a week, sometimes longer. Now, this can be great if you like having one person who knows your whole situation, but it's a huge pain if you need to see a specialist like yesterday.
And then on the flip side, you've got the freedom plans. With a PPO, you are in the driver's seat. You hurt your knee? You can pick up the phone and call that orthopedic surgeon directly. No referral needed. An EPO is a lot like that. It gives you the same freedom, but with one big rule, you have to stay with doctors inside their network. These plans are perfect if you already have specialists you know and love, or if you just really value speed and direct access. You're basically paying that higher monthly premium for convenience and choice. Okay, I know this is a ton of information to absorb, but here's the good news. There is one single document that cuts through all of this confusion. It is your ultimate cheat sheet. It is the one source of truth you need for any plan you're considering. Please, I need you to burn this into your brain. Your summary of benefits is your Bible. Seriously, it is the official rulebook for your plan. It lists every single copay for every service and tells you exactly what is and isn't covered. Whenever you're confused or have a question, you check the Bible. And the best part is, they don't even try to hide it. On the Covered California website, you just click View Details on any plan that looks interesting. Then you'll see a link for Detailed Benefits or Summary of Benefits and Coverage. Download that PDF, save it to your computer, and this is the important part, actually read it. I promise you, it will save you so much stress and confusion down the road. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to your personal playstyle. Are you Team Gatekeeper, willing to trade a little bit of time and process for a way lower monthly bill? Or are you Team Freedom, happy to pay more each month for the power to see any specialist you want whenever you want? There is no right or wrong answer, just what's right for you. If this breakdown helped you level up your insurance game, do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.